Hola, chicos and chicas, my third graders. We have been talking about family members, and now I'm going to show you a Google slide presentation that you can use and just delete my information and insert your information. So we're going to start with this one. The first one, it says La Familia, the family, and then you would insert your last name. And then on this one, you will write your first name, your last name, your homeroom teacher's name, and the year. And then these are some of the instructions. Line one is how is the family member related to you, which will be me, what, my dad, my mom, my brother, my sister, my grandma, my grandpa. Then on the second line, it will be his or her name is, which in Spanish would be se llama. And then on the third line is you give me their name. So these are some of the rules that I want you guys to follow. You can use the slideshow I made below and erase my pictures and add yours. You can also delete any slide that you do not need. For example, if I have a slide that says my brother and you don't have a brother, then delete that slide. Don't forget that there has to be a slide about yourself. And big note, you can only do one family member per slide, and you'll see what I mean. If you have two of the same family member, then you need to duplicate that slide and just change the name. For example, if you have two brothers, then you'll duplicate that slide, change the picture, and change the name. How do I do that? I will show you that. You will go into slide, and then you will hit duplicate right here, duplicate slide, and it will duplicate that same slide that you're on right now. I added all the family members so that you know what they are. Mi papá, my dad, mi mamá, my mom, mi hermano, my brother, mi hermana, my sister, mi abuelo, my grandpa, mi abuela, my grandma, mi padrastro, my stepdad, mi madrastra, step mom. Then I put here some of animals, pets. Mi gato, male cat. Mi gata, female cat. Mi perro, mi perra. Mi pájaro, my bird. Mi conejo, my bunny. And then the word se llama, which means his or her name is. If you have other pets that I did not mention here, just Google. How do you say um, whatever pet you may have, snake in Spanish or lizard in Spanish. And then you would just write down me. And then how do you say lizard in Spanish? Largatija. And then write down their name. So now I went here and I added a slideshow that my daughter made. All right. So she's writing about us, La Familia Amalfitano, and then her name, her teacher's name, and the year. So basically, what you can do is literally take this slide, erase my last name, and add your last name. Okay? Erase the student's name and add your last name. Okay? Then you can go to the next and obviously erase the picture and add your family picture. All right? Then on the next slide, I have mi mamá se llama Glorabel. So my mom, her name is Glorabel. So guess what? What do you need to do? Erase that name and write down your mother's name. Take this picture out and put your mother's pictures down. So you can utilize my slideshow and just put in your information. I try to make it very, very easy for you. And then I did the same thing with mi papá. And I added an arrow here so that you know who I'm talking about. Se llama, and then Anthony. Then I did the same thing for hermano, mi hermano, my brother, se llama AJ. So I'm following the same thing. How are they related to you? Mi hermano, his name is, and then his name. Is following the same pattern for all of them. Then I added one for mi hermana, my sister. Her name is, and then her name Bibi. And you would do the same thing if you have a sister. Now, if you have a picture like this that has more than one person that you want to talk about both of them, okay? And right now in this picture, I did mi abuelo, my grandpa, se llama papá. That's what my kids call him, right? And you want to be able to use her as well. But the rule is you can only use one person per slide. Look what I'm going to do. I'm going to go hover over slide. Then I'm going to duplicate this slide. Now look, 10 and 11 slide are the same. But I'm going to change for mi abuela. All I need to do is change the A. Se llama, it's the same thing. And they call her Gaga. And then I'm going to take this arrow and I'm going to place it over here because now it's talking about her. Okay. So, and then how do I add my dog or my cat or my anything else? Again, I will go to slide, duplicate the slide because I want to be able to use this box. All right. So what am I going to do? I'm going to erase the arrow, erase the picture. I know that the word perro, dog, is Pro, and I know his name is Tito. So I'm going to do this. So then you say to me, well, how do I get the picture? What do I do? Well, I email the picture from my cell phone, I emailed it to my Gmail account. And I have it right here, mi perro, right? So I'm going to click on this picture. I'm going to download the image. Here, I'm going to download the image. I'm going to go back to my project. Now, all I got to do is drag that picture here. And voila, there is my dog. Mi perro se llama Tito. And that's basically it. Anything else that you want to add, you can just go to duplicate slide and change this information. When you are done and you have all the information, then you can get creative. You can go, let's say here, and let's say you don't want a boring background. You can click on change background. You can either pick a color. Let's say you wanted to do blue, and then you press done. If you only want this slide to be the same, to be different. Let's say you want the rest of, let's say you change your mind and you want all the background to be exactly the same. So then you will go to choose image. Let's say you like the blue. And then it says here, add to theme. When you do the add to theme, it's going to change all the slides. See, all the slides now are changed to blue. You can undo that if you don't like that. All right, you can undo that and you can do whatever you want then. All right, maybe you want a background just for this slide. I want it to be green. Then you go to done. And then maybe this slide, I want the background to be red. And then you click done. Then maybe this slide, I want the background to be different. I want to choose an image. My brother, well, being it with my sister, you can go to Google image and you could pick a background and say, let's say you want the beach to be the background. And let's say you choose this one. It could be tricky. And then, ta-da, there is the beach background. So you can play around with it whichever way you want to then make it your own. You can make the boxes bigger if you want them bigger. You can move them around. You can highlight the words and change the font. You can change the size of the font and make it bigger or smaller. So there's so much that you can do after you write your information. Okay, after you do your information. So good luck. And don't forget that there has to be a picture. I'm going to erase all this stuff. There has to be a picture of yourself in here. So for that one, let me insert that right now. I'm going to duplicate the slide. So I'm going to go to slide. I'm going to duplicate because I want to be able to use the same box. And I'm going to write yo me llamo. My name is, and then you will write your name, right? So for this, my daughter did this. So yo me llamo Maria. And then she would do a picture of herself. I'm not sure if I emailed a picture of myself, but let's pretend that I have the family picture here. And I'm going to download it here, right here, download. And then I'm going to go back. I'm going to slide it over. And then how do I know who I'm talking about? Well, why don't I do this? I can actually crop this picture to make it a little shorter. Oh boy, how did I? Okay, to make it a little shorter. And then I'm going to add an arrow. So how do I do that? Insert, shape, arrow. And I want the arrow pointing down because that's who I'm going to talk about. You can change it, move it around to make for thickness and length, and it's right there. And then maybe I want to change the color of that background. You go to color, and maybe I want it to match her dress, and go to there, and you can make it bigger. And there it goes. Yo me llamo Maria. So for this picture, obviously you would just delete this picture, change your name from Maria to your name. And that should be the end of your project. Remember, I want, even though you might only live with mom or dad, or just mom, or just you and just your dog, you can add anyone that is immediate family to you, your grandma, your grandpa, maybe your cousin that you see all the time or that you hang out with all the time. Add some other family members. I'm okay with that. We wrote down how to say cousin and how to say uncle and aunt, and boy cousin and girl cousin. So you have that information. And again, it would follow the same thing. Mi primo, my boy cousin, se llama, his name is, and then his name. So after you're done with doing everything pretty, you can just go back here and look at this. You can just delete all these slides. So all you have is this, all of your presentation, so that when you click on present, you're going to present this project to all of us next week. And of course, if you might want to change the background here and make it, and make it something pretty, right? You can change one slide at a time, you can change all of them. And then that way you only have your slideshow. No directions, no anything else, just your slideshow. All right? I hope you're able to do this. I know that it might not be easy, but you can utilize everything that I'm going to send this to you, and you can just take out my information and insert your information. All right? Good luck. I hope that you guys will be able to do this. Anything, email me. Maybe we can Zoom a little bit and I can show you some stuff. But I think this answers all of your questions. Okay? Adios. Good luck. Buena suerte.